Let's check out AEV's newest Jeep Wrangler JL. Today we are checking out this beautiful 2021 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Rubicon that has been completely outfitted by AEV. Now AEV is American Expedition Vehicles, and they're based out of Montana right here in the US. And honestly, when they come in, they're just so beautiful, you have to check one out and really see everything that's involved when building one of these. Now this one isn't for sale, it's our area managers. However, we are an AEV authorized dealer, meaning that if you want to order one of these, you can simply give us a phone call and we will help you get into the AEV vehicle of your dreams. Or if you have a Jeep Wrangler or want to order one, we are an AEV authorized parts installer as well too, so we can order in any of the parts that you see here today, get them installed on your Jeep and have it looking just as cool as this one does. Now on the front end of this AEV JL, there is a ton going on. Now we can see that with AEV's absolutely gorgeous stamped steel front bumper. Now what's extremely nice about this is that this is once again a modular bumper, just like the factory steel bumpers. However, it features a lot of cool upgrades, including these wing caps that actually match up to the Highline flares, and this overrider hoop that's going to tuck right along the edge and protect your front grille. Now tucked into this bumper is AEV's 7000 series off-roading lights. Now just looking at these things, they are absolutely massive. Just by checking out the backside, we can see that these do have the rubber inserts on every bolt holding them on. Now this is common in the mining industry where these lights are going to take an absolute monstrous amount of abuse and just be shaking all over the place. I have no doubt that these are going to probably outlast the lifetime of this Jeep Wrangler JL. Tucked into this, we do have the Warn Xeon 10S, which you can option on these Wranglers. If you don't get this with the AEV package, you actually get a nice winch plate cover. However, you're going to be taking it on some serious adventures, so you might as well throw that Warn Xeon in there. Make sure you can get out if you get in too bad of a situation. And if we look down below, just by checking this out, you can see that we do have our D-ring mounts here, as well as a front steel skid plate to really protect underneath. Since this is a Rubicon trim, we have that electronic front sway bar disconnect, meaning that we don't want to hit that when we go out on the trail. Also tucked right up underneath there, you're actually going to see a 30-inch Baja Designs light, and that's to give you a little bit more power when you're off-road. Now, if your Jeep did come equipped also with that front camera, this one did not. However, they make a mount just for it to adapt right onto the center of this bull bar here. Now, taking a look at the running gear on the AEV 370 JL Wrangler, we are going to see the AEV 2.5-inch RT dual sport suspension. And what that includes is a full set of springs, shocks, drop brackets, and all the necessary hardware and bracketry you need to properly run a 2.5-inch lift kit. They're also going to re-gear the axles to a 4.56 gear ratio. That's going to be perfect for the massive 37-inch tires that come standard on this size package. Now what's really nice about AEV's ride quality is that they take the time to design and engineer these to physically pass all the federal manufacturer vehicle safety standards. And what that means is if you've ever seen the crazy videos where the vehicles have bars all the way on the front and the back and they're twisting them around corners and trying to get them to roll over, these Jeeps pass all that. So you're not going to have to worry when you hop in this. It is set up and designed to ride and handle the same way a factory vehicle does. Now with that, you can see everything is super clean under here. The shocks are even specially tuned by Bilstein to go to AEV specifications. This specific build features the AEV Pintler wheel backed up with some BF Goodrich KO2 tires. Now when you specifically build an AEV vehicle, you can choose based on a certain selection of wheels to either go on this or the Gladiator when you go ahead and design it up. These ones, however, I have to say they're a classic iconic wheel to AEV, and they've even got that yellow American Expedition logo with that buffalo right in the center. Now moving on to the rear here, we are seeing AEV's fully integrated tire carrier and bumper setup. Now I haven't seen one of these in person. I gotta tell you guys, it is an extremely clean bumper that ties so well into these factory lines that it just looks like it flows right into that bumper. We also have some D-ring provisions as well as these lower bash tubes. That way if you're dropping off a ledge or if you're off-road, you're gonna go ahead and hit that before you hit any of your body. Now also the AEV badging on the back, that's gonna continue that blackout package. Now moving on to the center of this, we are seeing something that I haven't seen in person. It's AEV's 10.2 gallon fuel caddy on top. Now just talking to Charlie here, I will say that this is a DOT approved and it's completely road legal item to have up here. Now it's one thing you're not gonna have to worry about. Simply go ahead and attach that hose to the top. You can put it right into your gas tank. So you can actually see tucked into the rear bumper, we do have a Baja Designs light here that's wired into the auxiliary switch factory in the Jeep Wrangler. It's gonna give you a much broader area of light output. This is gonna really help with that rear camera and really spread out that light output, help you back up, Either you're hooking up a trailer or maybe you're just backing up into somewhere on the trail and you want to be able to see what you're looking for. Now on top here is where you would normally mount the reverse light that came on the AEV rear bumpers. However, with the way the camera is mounted onto the JL Wrangler and the trajectory of the camera, that lighting actually hits the edge of the tire here and won't give you as crisp of an image. That's why it was relocated down below, and you're definitely going to get a lot more light output. Another neat thing about this tire carrier is that, like we were just mentioning, this is a single action tire carrier, meaning that the entire weight of this tire plus the 10.2 gallons of fuel, which is upwards of 200 pounds when you have everything set up, is completely supported by the frame of this vehicle. Now what that means is that when you open up this tailgate, the tailgate is merely supporting only about 15 pounds of weight. So when you go to open it, there's no weight being supported on this tailgate of this tire or the fuel can. It's really neat, and it's a single-handed operation. Very cleanly done, and you have a lot of different mounts, especially for shovels or anything else that you'd like to throw on the back and really make your adventure a lot more fun. Now moving on to the interior of this AEV 370 package, this is where you're going to be spending the most time in this Jeep. Now we can look at the seats, and we do have the premium leather upgrade on the seats, as well as that AEV badging stitched right into the headrest. Now what I love about this is that it looks factory, however with that ribbing along here, you can really tell that this is a very, very premium leather seat. Also onto the dash, there are a couple things that AEV does as well. They've actually painted the entire dash portion in a granite crystal, so you can see the flake actually built into that. And then on top of that, in the gauge cluster, they've also customized that to show their branding and give it a much more aggressive look by changing out the colors and the fonts when you check out that gauge panel. But that's not all that they did on the inside. This is a bright white Jeep on the outside. However, when you look straight up, this is a completely custom painted hardtop that is completely black from front to back. Now what that does is alleviate a lot of that sunlight from coming in. And from what Charlie tells me, he normally leaves his sunglasses right here on the dash because that does block out a ton of light reflecting from that roof. Overall, an extremely clean interior, guys, and it looks factory, but just that much more. If you guys have stayed around to this point, I do want to show you something that I really love about these AEV builds. Now, I've mentioned this throughout the rest of the videos, just how clean everything is done. And when you pop this hood, we're actually going to take a look at the inner workings of this snorkel. I haven't been able to see one of these in person and really pop the hood and check it out, but just looking at this, you can just see how OEM and how quality it fits. Now, notching this hood out, you can see that they do have the border. This rivets on, but it's a super clean cut that matches directly up to this edge of the snorkel. This bracketry goes right into the factory airbox, and honestly, you can shake the entire Jeep just by grabbing a hold of this. It is very stoutly made, and I have no doubt that taking this through the trail, it's going to hold up. Now, if you guys want to specifically order a vehicle like this, be sure to give us a phone call or visit our website. We'll gladly help you out build an AEV vehicle like this, and it's no extra cost to give us a call and get some more information. Now, this one was a lot of fun, and I got to thank Charlie for dropping by and letting us check out this vehicle here in person. Now, I'm Matt from Susquehanna Automotive, and I'll catch you on the next one.